He's Hollywood's go-to guy for health and fitness. It's Fitness Confidential with celebrity fitness trainer Vinnie Tortorich and co-host Andy Schreiber.
Your good intentions have been stolen, and I'm here to help you get them back. I am Vinnie Tortorich, and folks, here we are again on the Wednesday show. That's when it's me and Andy Schreiber. Yeah, boy. How you doing, Andy?
Never better. How you doing?
Wow. Never better. Wow, look at you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so last week I was all worked up about the Olympics and Jenny Thrasher.
Yeah, you went pretty much on a full-on rant.
You know, it just, I don't want to go again. It ticks me off.
No, let's not go there again.
Yeah, everything, the whole world is going to hell in a handbasket, and we're not figuring it out. Anyway, we are, people keep asking, you and I kind of put it out there in media that we are working on a B12. Now,
Yes.
I'm going to let you kind of rock and roll on this, okay?
All
but
right. Yeah.
the reason, I'm working on a B12, everything we do has a reason. The reason is usually I want to have it for myself. And, the vitamin, I want to have the purest multivitamin in the world, but in order for me to make it for myself, I had to make a bazillion of them so it could be more cost effective.
Yeah, it's all about...
Yeah, it is all about me. So magnesium is something that almost everybody we know, every American lacks in magnesium. So we made magnesium the purest, best
That's
form
correct.
of that.
Magnesium of every nutrient is the one that more people are deficient in than anything else.
Right.
And that has more substantive uses and functions that we rely on.
Right. Andy, by the way, turn your camera off because
I just turned my camera off, so you turn your camera off.
Yeah, because you are frozen up. So
Yeah, I turned my camera off, so you turn yours off.
okay, it's off. So
Okay,
anyway, I figured out every year when I go in for my, I go in twice a year to get my blood, a whole panel done because of my cancer thing, right? So every time the doctor, she says, "Are you still taking your B?" I went, "Yeah, I created a whole vitamin." She goes, "But your B12 is still not good. You're very, very low in B12. And I know you keep telling me to take the sublingual, but I'm like everyone else. I kind of forget. I'll buy it for a while and then I'll forget." Well, I went in again, and it turns out guys like me. Are you there, Andy, or did I lose you?
No, I'm here.
Okay. Guys like me, a lot of people, our bodies, B12 is absorbed in the small intestine. And for some reason, my body does not absorb the B12. Therefore, I never have enough of it in my muscles and in my cells and what have you. And I can't afford not to have everything up to snuff because for all intent and purposes, I am a cancer patient, right? So
Right.
she says, you have to do the sublingual. So I went out and I tried to buy the best one I can buy. And I bought a few different, types and flavors, but they all are basically B12 sitting on some sort of piece of cellulose or sugar. And they all have some kind of flavor to them. So I said to Andy, what if we came up with our own sublingual B12?
Right.
And Andy, I'll let you take it from there and tell everybody where we are with it right now.
All right. So here's the deal. Our daily multicap and our broad spectrum magnesium cap are both in the form of a capsule. And a capsule is a little bit easier to do in the NSNG way because all you need to do to contain the actual nutrients is to create a gelatin capsule, which we do. It's a vegetable-based gelatin capsule, which is a very pure product. There's nothing offensive or toxic or problematic about a vegetable-based cellulose gelatin capsule, right? A sublingual B12, it is by definition in the form of a tablet. The minute you get into tablets, it's a more difficult proposition to create it in a way that suits our mandate, which is no additives, no fillers, no anything that's going to be, garbage that you don't want in your body, right?
Right.
This is why it's difficult, and this is why literally nobody has produced a sublingual B12 that would fit our standards.
And when we say no one, Andy, we looked. We wanted.
No, I mean nobody.
Yeah.
I mean it does not exist. I mean when we talk about our daily multicap or our magnesium, when we say that it's the best that there is on the market, I absolutely believe that, and I know that to be true. But being completely honest, there are other products on the market. You're going to pay through the nose for them, and you're going to have to get them through your nutritionist or some other kind of a professional. You're not going to find them, at Costco or at GNC or at your, Rite Aid or CVS.
Whole Foods or any of that.
Anywhere, Whole Foods, you're not going to find it anywhere. But if you really, really look and you want to pay through the nose, you can find a few other vitamins that don't have the fillers and additives. It does exist. Very rare, very expensive, hard to find, not sort of marketed as easily and inexpensively as ours. Okay. Sublingual B12 that doesn't have any crap in it literally does not exist. If
and
somebody
we've looked.
knows of one, by all means, let me know, because it will be news to me. And we have looked, we have researched, we have gone into it. It does not exist.
Yeah, because I wanted to take it for myself. I didn't want to have to make this if I could just go buy someone else's.
Right.
And then after I exhaustively searched, I gave it to the guy who can go way deeper than me. That would be you.
Right.
And you couldn't get it done. And that's when we said, okay, we got to figure out how to do this. And there's a reason why no one does it.
I'll explain that to you.
It's almost impossible, but go on, Ann.
I will explain that to you. As we did when we initially created Pure Vitamin Club, I talked to I lost track. I would give you a number, but I'd be making it up because I lost track how many suppliers, manufacturers I talked to about this, and some of them actually got angry at me. I had somebody say, you know what, we're not going to even continue this discussion because what you're asking is impossible.
Right.
Because if you look at a tablet, okay, a tablet that contains and typically a sublingual B12, it's a pretty small tablet. Right. It's not like the size of an aspirin or, it's really small. Maybe it's the size of like if you've ever seen a baby aspirin, right? They're very, very small.
Sure.
But it has to be made of something, right? The actual B12, I don't care if you're talking about 1,000 micrograms or 2,500 micrograms, 2,500 micrograms, which is a pretty heavy dose. That would be like a pinhead, right? It's not that much. So everything else in that tablet has to be some sort of a material, a binder, a base. Now, typically, the products that are used as the base, when you hear what they are, you want to barf because it's disgusting. The most commonly used. And they'll short it for you. They'll give you the short version. They'll say cellulose, but that's not really accurate.
Right.
What it really is, the vast majority, and there are a couple of other things that are used, but the vast majority of what's used as the base, that they add the methylcobalamin, which is your natural form of B12, which is the same form that's in our daily multicap, et cetera. What they use is something called micro-crystalline cellulose. Do you know what micro-crystalline cellulose is?
Are you going to tell me?
Yeah, of course I'm going to tell you, but I want to work with me.
No, geez, Andy. What is microcellular cellulose?
Thank you. Wood pulp.
See, I knew that, but I was playing along.
That's why I said work with me. It's wood pulp. So why on earth would we put wood pulp in our bodies? It's disgusting.
I have no idea.
Might as well just like chew on some sawdust.
Yeah.
Now look, nobody's going to die from a little wood pulp, but what happens with that? If you think about sawdust, okay, and think about putting sawdust like through your coffee grinder, or like a mortar and pestle, just grinding it up as fine as you can imagine, right? And that's
Right.
what that's why they call it micro-crystalline. They're taking the sawdust and they're grinding it up completely fine till it's like a micro-crystalline. It's tiny little particles, right?
Right.
They become nanoparticles again. Just like titanium dioxide, which we talked about ad nauseum,
Absolutely.
that's in most vitamins as a mineral whitener, this becomes also a form of nanoparticle. And because these particles are so tiny and they're not anything that is usable by the body doesn't need wood pulp to function,
Sure.
right? It's not a nutrient. So all it is this foreign body in the form of these tiny little nanoparticles. What happens is they float in and out of cell membranes and they get into your cells, and then they clog stuff up and they can't get back out. So you're starting to accumulate all this stuff in your body, and then you wonder why we feel sluggish and why we don't feel good, because we're absorbing into our cells at a microbial level wood pulp, sawdust is in our cells.
So Andy, let's bring this around. What do we? Can we talk about what we're doing here and how
Yes.
we're going to get it done, or do we
Yes.
give that away yet?
Well, I can't give it away completely, but the reason this is, that we can't just say, okay, we're going to do a B12 and like boom, the next week it's out.
Right.
Is we're having to go through a testing process. We've done some research into what replacements there can be, because you still need something to add the methylcobalamin, the vitamin B12 to hold on to it. Otherwise you're going to be taking like a tiny little micro droplet,
Sure.
and the reason that doctors recommend sublingual is because particularly with vitamin B12, when it is absorbed through the salivary glands, it goes right into your bloodstream, and it's the most efficient way of getting it into your system.
Right. Well, you can make an argument that when you can inject it, but that's taking an injectable every day, which is not good.
That's not practical, and that's a much more serious form. And there are people for whom injectable B12 is a recommended thing, but for people who just want that extra B12 in their system, who are not in that clinical situation where they need injectable B12, sublingual is the best choice.
Right.
It's better than ingesting. It's better than taking it in a liquid form, because when you take it in a liquid form, it winds up going down your throat and going through your stomach, and then the stomach acids affect it. Sublingually is the most direct route into your bloodstream. So what you need is some sort of a base material that's not fucking sawdust.
Yeah.
That will dissolve and carry the B12 with it. So we are in the process of testing a couple of different choices that are nutrient-based. So they are, as opposed to microcrystalline cellulose, which is not a nutrient. It's just a foreign substance that your body is going to have to deal with, and it's going to clog stuff up, as opposed to the materials that we're testing, which will actually nourish your body along with the B12. We have to test that, and we also have to test how to make this not unpleasant to take. Now, we don't want to make taste the number one priority, but realistically, people don't want to put something in their mouth that is unpleasant. So we have to figure out a way to make this pleasant. But how do most, and by most I really mean all, other B12 supplements make it pleasant? They add one or another form of sweeteners. They add an artificial sweetener like aspartame or sucralose or some sort of crap like that, or they add sugar.
Right.
When we started this whole process, this is our sort of low-tech, entry-level research process. Before we get really deep into it, I go out to the store and I buy virtually every form of B12 supplement that I can find, because I want to look at them, I want to test them, I want to find out about the ingredients. So I've got a few of them in front of me. I've got a sublingual in front of me, and this is from GNC. I'm not going to lie, it's from GNC, which again, that's a store that people go to because it specializes in vitamins. So that's got to be good stuff, right? First ingredient is cellulose. And again, just like I said, when they say cellulose, what they mean is micro-crystalline cellulose, which means sawdust.
Exactly.
Okay, just like when they say silica or silicon dioxide, those are fancy words for sand. Cellulose in this case is their fancy word for sawdust.
Right.
Okay. The third ingredient down the list is titanium dioxide, and we've talked about that, which is basically paint whitener, which is another nanoparticle, which is indicated in all sorts of cancers and Crohn's disease. And then what do they have? Vegetable acetoglycerides. So essentially, this is all crap. I will give them credit. Credit where credit is due. At least they're using methylcobalamin and not cyanocobalamin, which is cyanide, which is poison. So credit where credit is due, right?
Yeah, but Andy, that's a long way to go to get to any credit. It's like, okay, at least they're using this, but everything else is complete crap.
All right, so here's another GNC product, which is just a liquid. You take it with like with an eyedropper, right? You take an eyedropper full and you squirt it in your mouth. Right. This one has its cherry flavor, and it's got among the other ingredients, it's got xanthan gum and sucralose. Sucralose is an artificial sweetener. It's crap.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's that. And then this is my favorite, which is the 60 Delicious Soft Chews, which are, what's the flavor?
But you see, that's not even, that gets out of the whole sublingual thing there. That gets into what we always talk about, like the candy of it all.
I'm telling you. This has got maltitol syrup, isomalt, corn syrup solids.
That's even, Andy, don't even, I mean, when people come to me and say, well, what about gummy vitamins? It's still a vitamin. No, it's a candy.
No, it's candy, right.
Don't come to me with that.
Right. So bottom line is we are testing a formulation. It's actually this week we're testing it because we have accumulated the materials that we think will work.
Yeah.
They are nutrients. They are, in other words, the base materials are something that you would see when you look at a supplement facts on a vitamin. You know how there's the ingredients that are in the box, which means that they're the actual nutrients you're looking for, and then there are the other ingredients that are below the box that say other ingredients, which means it's the unnecessary additive crap.
Right.
What we're using testing as the base material.
Don't say it, Ange. I don't want it out there because what we're doing, I think, is so exciting that if we could get it to work, it's going
to work. Yeah, it's going to work.
But let's not talk about it.
We've got a couple different options we're testing, and we're testing different ways of making it palatable that are also entirely natural, that use no artificial sweeteners, no natural sweeteners, just ways of making it that nobody could possibly object to, that are healthy and will have no deleterious effects on your body. You like that word?
Yeah, but I like the way you said it. How did you say it? It's deleterious. How did you say it?
I said deleterious.
That's like when you say white. How do you say that? Whitener.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip. You and cool Stewie. Whip. Yeah. You're like the grown-up Stewie, the way you talk.
No. I think that isn't that how it's said? Deleterious.
Deleterious? No, it's deleterious.
No. I'm looking this up right now.
Listen, take it from a Cajun. We know how to speak.
Yeah,
Come on.
The last person I'm going to take advice on how to say something is you.
Yeah, I should be the last person because the fact that I murder every third word is pretty amazing.
Looking up under Merriam-Webster, does it have the...
I say Merriam-Webster. What did you say, Miriam?
I said Merriam-Webster.
It's Marion, right?
Miriam.
You said Miriam, and I say Merriam. You say tomato, I say tomato, you say potato, I say patata.
Not giving me the... here it is.
Let's just assume I'm right on this one.
No, it's deleterious.
All right.
The you know how they give you the little phonetic way of spelling it? It's deleterious.
Okay, if you insist, I will go with that.
Anyway, so that's the story on the B12. We will know more within the next couple weeks after we test it. Once we get the formula approved and tested, and we see that it works, we need probably 6 weeks to get it manufactured and marketed and bottled and packaged and make the changes to the website to get it going. So we're probably talking late October at the earliest, or November, before our B12 is ready. But the most important thing is getting it right. We're not going to put it out until it's really ready to go.
Cool. Andy, let's drop it right there, because these shows are supposed to be 12 to 15 minutes long. I think we're going to go past 20 minutes again here.
I'm sure we have.
The bottom line is, you're doing great work over there. This company could not survive without you. I love everything you're doing over at Pure Vitamin Club. Folks, look, if you have not gone to purevitaminclub.com yet to sign up, go. Even if you just get one product, just get the multi-cap. Start with that. But if I were you, I would tell you to start with the multi-cap, and you get the combo days, the multi-pack with the broad-spectrum magnesium, and that will just make you bulletproof. Try that. You will love the products over there. Also, support our sponsors, Villa Capelli. Squatty Potty is a big sponsor of ours. We love those guys. Andy, we might as well announce it here. Squatty Potty is coming along. I've been offered a show in the big time. You want to tell everybody where I'm headed and what I'm doing?
Video killed the radio star, but not you.
No. I'm going from podcasting to radio. The ABC affiliate here in LA, KABC, it's the home of people like Jillian Barbary and Dr. Drew and all those people. They have offered me a show, and I will be starting that in mid to late September. And Squatty Potty is coming on as my what would you call that? My key sponsor, or what would you call that?
Yeah, your anchor sponsor, whatever. Yeah, September 18th is the launch.
So we love Squatty Potty here. You love them there. Great product. The promo code is Vinnie, VINNIE, Vinnie15. You go there and VINNIE15. They will give you 15% off your entire order. Go check out squattypotty.com. Let them know that we sent you by putting that in. You can always help out around here.
Just one sec.
What?
What?
You talking to me?
What? Jesus. What?
Okay. So go do that. Amazon, you know what to do. Go to VinnieTortorich.com. Click through the Amazon banner. It puts coal on the fire. It gets our train down the track. If you are anywhere in Southern California on the 27th of October, it's a Thursday evening. Vinnie's Big Fat Show is returning to Southern California, the Irvine Improv. That's right. We are booked into the Improv. Go get your tickets now. Don't wait. Get it, book it, be there. It's a show and a half. Andy, are you going to be there?
Of course I'm going to be there.
Everybody's going to be there. Anna has already said she's showing up for the show. There could be other surprise guests. You never know. It's a cavalcade. When I come to town, I bring everybody with me. You will love what we do up on stage. When I say we, I mean me, because I carry the whole damn show. On behalf of Andy Schreiber, my name is Vinnie Tortorich. Put life into living and do it with enthusiasm.
Pure Vitamin Club. Purest high-quality ingredients. Zero fillers and additives. Direct to your door for pennies a day. PureVitaminClub.com.